Hey everybody. Welcome. I'm back as long as Twitch lets me be back because I've been having a lot of issues lately, which is mostly the reason why I haven't been streaming. It's been rough. So, I'm gonna get started. Tonight's a little bit different. I'm very behind on some building missions, or they're not building commissions, they're commissions that need to be built. I'm very behind on them. So, gonna kick off with Eisenhorn, and then we got some more stuff. It's all 40k. Needs to be built, and I wanted to stream, so kill two birds with one stone. But I don't like to kill birds. Get this away from the camera so it's not really loud. So first up is Eisenhorn. I figured I would kick off the stream with some beloved Finecast. Who doesn't love Finecast? Okay, everyone hates it. I know. I understand. Eisenhorn is in 3 little tiny sprues. And this is one of the newer Finecast stuff that actually has instructions. 1 page long. Let's get to it. If you've never built Finecast or any resin miniatures before, they need to be washed because of the releasing agent that's in the molds. I've already washed them. You can see not completely dry, but it's mostly dry. I washed it just a little bit ago. It's mostly dry. If not, I can just dab it with a paper towel. But as you can see, there is lots of gates that need to be cleaned up. But this is just stupid. So hopefully I don't screw it up. We'll see. So it's telling me to start with the sprue first. All I'll be using today are X-Acto knives, side cutters, and super glue. I use Loctite liquid super glue for resin. So just because of how brittle this stuff is, I'll be cutting away. Normally I cut like really close to the bit, but I'll be cutting a little bit further away from the bit to allow myself more room to clean it up when I actually get it out of here. It's very soft. So I'll cut out that piece, and then I'll also cut out this piece. This can easily be mistaken as like leftover flash, but that is a part. Like, don't get rid of that. And then these 6 little gates up here. And then he pops loose. Oops. So I'll be using an X-Acto knife to clean that up. Throw that little bit of sprue away. I'm not sure if I've shared this, but I hate building. I avoid it. See, it's really easy. Like, that you're like, oh, okay, that's part of the purity seal, right? But over here, you're like, oh man, I gotta clean that up. You gotta be very careful. I'm gonna cut a little bit closer with this big chunk here. Oh, where'd that go? And this stuff is pretty soft, like I said. Shapes up with an X-Acto knife real well. Yep, working on fine cast. Fail cast. It's pretty awful, and it hasn't gotten any better. Oh, good night, Mom. Have a good one. So I'm not like some kind of pro builder or anything. But I'd like to think I can clean up a model pretty decent. One thing you gotta really pay attention to when you're building Finecast is like there'll be flash and like supports in random places that you wouldn't normally notice because it might not be where you cut the sprue. It would be like in between something. Like I'm surprised there's not something over here. You really gotta look your pieces over. Super important. Otherwise you'll go and paint it and be like, where did this triangle come from? This triangle is not a part of this model. Yep. You know, the newer Finecast models are not so bad. I've only touched this one and Severina Rain. I haven't really had to re-sculpt anything or do anything crazy. They're just so brittle and they're so easy to mess up. Like there's a little bubble in here that I might have to fill in. Just little stuff like that is kind of silly. Little air bubbles. Yep. Oh, that might be where something glues in. No, I don't think so. I don't know. Whatever. I'll fill that stuff in later when I'm all done. But I want to smooth this cape out because it's real ugly back here. I might even have to get my files out. See, it's just so easy to miss these big old spots here. Like, how am I supposed to how am I supposed to clean that up? I don't even know how. I think if I do this way, and then do this way, And then do the rest with the knife, I think. This is silly. I take back what I said about this not being too bad. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fill in. There's a little nice crack here you can see. Now the Delk Eldar Finecast. Yeah, I've got files next to me. I think I'm gonna get them. It's so soft, it's easy to work with the knife. Where are they? There they are. Got a nice set of Rattail files here. I mean, not like a nice set. It's a set. Stolen? What happened? From where? Yeah, I just want this shoulder pad here to be nice and smooth. All right. That is one piece. Meth head roommate. That's wonderful. I'm sorry about that. That sucks. There's this little staff thing that, guess what, is bent. That I just noticed. I need some hot water. That's insane. I'm sorry about that. What would he have done with them? Sell them? Requires a lot of precision. And more so patience than anything else. Because there's just a lot that needs to be done. Yeah, that blows. I would feel I think I'd give up on the hobby. I'm gonna have to step away for a minute so that I can try and straighten this. I can't really straighten it at my desk. I gotta set it in some hot water. Bend it. I'll do that in a little bit. Oh, that is one thing to do too. I've always just done the hot water ice method. 8 years. I don't really know if I would cut all this off and replace it with a pen. I normally use, it is about the same diameter. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because I'd rather it be one piece, because then there's less glue involved and less pieces, I think. Alright, now I need to start trying to chop this stuff off. Yeah, are you working on Dark Eldar again? Alright, so I cut those bits off. This is just stupid. I don't know. It'll break. The thing that scares me is like the tiny contact point. I think I'll just bend it. I'm not feeling very daring today. I'm already building Finecast. I glue this on like last, so that you don't have to watch me, or I don't have to like walk away right away. I don't think, yeah, this doesn't need to be glued on right away. Just goes on the back of his cape. Dark Eldar and ogres and hordes. Do people like play the hordes? All the stores around me kind of like sold all their stuff for real cheap because it wasn't selling. Kinda, it's so hard to get like the points of the star without just chopping them off. I think that looks decent. Make sure there's no flash anywhere else. I don't think there is. Like I said, I'm going to set this aside so that I can straighten it off stream. And then we need his shoes next. Because I have a 7-year-old, I'm trying to accommodate his attention span. Is it more of like a skirmish game? Smaller model count? So the games are quicker? All I know is that most of their models are risen or metal. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna cut all the bits off of this sprue here. And then there's just his head. Tiny Fast game. Oh, okay. That's good. I thought they were like all metal. I didn't know that they were moving them over to plastic. Unless I'm thinking of something else. Am I thinking of War Machine? Oh, okay. That's good to know in case I ever build one. Because I would have went straight for the plastic glue. Is it like board game plastic kind of thing? I know I'm working on some stuff by Word Games, and it's plastic. Plastic glue kind of works, but since it's harder, I just started using the super glue instead. Oh, okay, thank you. I will check it out. I'm just cleaning up this shoe here. See, this is what I was talking about with, you can't really see because it's so small. There's little tiny bits of flash next to each buckle. So I need to go in there and remove those. Okay, yeah, board game plastic. I'm working on a whole lot of board games right now. And all those fills just blow on the model. That's a boot. We cleaned up a boot. So boot, cape, other boot. This one has the same flash on the buckles. And then a small little mold line along the center of the boot. Alright, and then up here. Okay. And then this bit, and then maybe I'll get to gluing. Throw some water in here. Yeah, this one is it's messy. I'm going to start with the random bits of flash on the inside of, like, not the obvious bits that I cut from the sprue. I have the picture right in front of me so that I can compare the pieces to each other, because, like I said, it's real hard to tell sometimes what's supposed to be there and what's not supposed to be there. I think I just broke something. When you start getting bits that are super busy, there's a lot of cleaning up to do. One has some weird green stuff on it. Some residue. I honestly think I was commissioned this just because of the building. This sucks. So this whole piece here isn't supposed to be here by the book. Yeah, this ow! Ah, knew that was gonna happen tonight. That was a good one. I will be right back. Pay attention to where your blade is and make sure you grab the correct end of the blade. I'll be back. I'm alive. I got myself a band-aid. And I straightened out that staff most of the way. Not perfect, but it's much better. Okay. What was I doing before I murdered myself? I was working on this piece here. See this little piece behind the lock? Kind of silly looking. Ooh, don't want that to come off though. Now I have a guard in case I do that again. Alright, so I believe I got the extra flash bits cleaned out. Now I just need to do the rest. The obvious parts. Like here. Yeah. All these pieces in the back won't matter as much because they'll be obscured by the other cape because he has two capes. And as always, I'm on baby duty. She wakes up, I'll have to BRB. He's been real good about staying asleep lately, so now that I'm streaming, she'll probably wake up. Sorry about blowing. Can't really avoid it. Alright. So because these aren't very accurate. Sometimes I use the end of a pin to apply the glue. And I just put some of the glue on my palette or like this piece of paper here. Sleep! I just said you were sleeping so good. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you checked them out. You can use code KD10 if you haven't already. It's actually, you can keep using it, but code KD10 for a 10% discount on anything that's not on sale. And if you already do that, then awesome. Alright, so that glue's in there. I always like to do a dry fit first. I think she's up. Sometimes she puts herself back to sleep. I'm gonna give it a minute or two, but I think I have to go tend to the princess. So that goes in there. And then the boots go where the boots go. This is the right boot. Kind of goes like that, I guess. And then this is the right boot. It goes like that, I guess. Alright, yeah, she's up. I will be back in about 10 minutes. I'm sorry, but after this, she'll normally stay asleep. So, this will just be a quick intermission. I want to get this other boot on so it can dry when I'm gone. I feel like I just got back, but I didn't really plan on cutting my finger. That was not something that normally happens. Is he like walking? Yeah, he's like walking, so his feet aren't gonna be flat. Alright, yeah, I will be back. Sorry. Sleeping baby's gotta eat when they gotta eat. And then I'll be back for some more building. I think next I'll do I have some Sisters of Battle I'm gonna do next. So I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, normally she's asleep. Well, normally she goes to sleep and then she wakes up after an hour, eats, and then sleeps the most of the night. Like this 1 hour thing she does, it's really weird. So hopefully I'm safe the rest of the night. Or at least the rest of my stream. So we got his boots and this on, and I think this just kinda does this. Yeah, that looks about right. Gappy, of course. I'm gonna try and see if I can make it not gappy. Oh, there we go. There's just one thing kind of keeping it. Ugh. Like, how can I get this to fit just a little bit better? A little bit of trimming. I think that, yeah, that looks horrible. Look at that. And if I make that kind of match, then over here it looks like garbage. Just trying to figure out what's causing that misfit. Hmm. Just jam it in there. I don't know what else to do. Sorry. You got the clueless Kristen tonight. Holding it like this. The lump on the inside of the second cape. Oh, why didn't I think about that? I already put glue on it. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, it's stuck now. Yeah, it's done. Maybe, I don't, maybe it won't look so bad with paint on it. Cause, like, it's not really something I can, like, fill in very well either. Can do the good old glue trick. Let the glue kind of seep in there. Yeah, that's true. Alright, I'm gonna call it then. I think I need to put on his head now. His head doesn't really have much cleaning up. There's a tiny little mold line right along here. And then there's one back here, which I think would be hidden anyway. And that goes on, what is he? He's looking kind of straight ahead. I guess. I'm just like, sure anymore. I guess that works. A little left. He's kind of looking to the right. He's kind of looking to his right. I think I kind of did that. And then I just have his guns and his hands and his scenic base and his arm. Yeah. I think Twitch has better latency because I have it set up that I think it gets comments a little bit quicker than Facebook does. I respond as soon as I see the comments though. I know a lot of people like to watch on Facebook because then they can scroll with the video in the corner. This is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points for this handgun. And then the scenic base. So fun fact, I was asked to paint Eisenhorn like he was in Blackstone Fortress. This, instead of being painted like rubble, got you on TV. Awesome. So instead of painting this like rubble, I'll be painting it like the Blackstone Fortress labyrinth. There we go. Throw that piece of garbage away. Not really too upset if this doesn't clean up perfectly because it's debris. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I will try my best. Yeah, so this guy will be done, in a little bit. What I've got next to me is the Sisters of Battle, Ephrael Stern, and then the other guy. I've got a Keeper of Secret, got Saint Celestine, and the Triumph of Saint Catherine. I have so much to pick from. But it's nice to kind of get a little bit of a break from painting. Even though I much prefer painting over building. That looks decent for what it is. What do we got going on here?